Taking whatever you told me, I know what I could be. Making emotion paintable inside. Tell me, is this what you made me?
Hey guys, I'm Clint Flair Woo and welcome to another Division build video. I've recently brought you some PvE action. Today we're back in it with PvP. You've hit the gameplay, you've seen what this build does. It absolutely shreds. It's fantastic. This is a brilliant, in my opinion, meta PvP build. This not only competes with Nomad, it takes Nomad down. It's as simple as that. It's a solo build. It can be used in a team. super effective as well in a team, but for me, I've built this as me and my one-man army. I'm talking about my 6-piece classified Banshee build. Okay, I'm rolling with 7-6 firearms, 5-4 stamina, 2-9 electronics, which is the norm in all fairness. I'm rolling Banshee, which is an absolute killer of a build. Let's go through Banshee and see what it does if you're not too sure or familiar with the build. Okay, set bonus 2 is 20% looted DZ funds. Set bonus 3 is 10% damage to targets out of cover. Set bonus 4, Banshee. While rogue, all ammo is completely refilled every 30 seconds. Damage taken from non-rogue players reduced by 10%. That is awesome. So if you're rogue, you're going to get that 10% reduction in damage. Really good. And on the flip side, while not rogue, damage to rogue players is increased by 10%. The bonus is increased to 20% for 10 minutes after being killed by a rogue. Insane. Okay, so you've instantly against a rogue player, you've got that 10% buff. And if they take you down and you come back again, you've got 20% buff for 10 minutes. It's silly. It's absolutely silly, but it works exceedingly well. Okay, so bonus 5, an extra 20% looted DZ funds and 5% damage to targets out of cover. So that's 15% in total, which is very, very nice. And set bonus 6 is improved Banshee. While rogue, the time to clear manhunt status is decreased by 5% for every group member in 15 meters. All rogue status actions that result in a rank up are double. Rewards for clearing manhunt status improves. Again, that's really good for the team dynamic. While not rogue, damage to manhunt status players is increased by 2% for each manhunt level the player has. Rewards for killing manhunt players are improved. Really, really good. So if someone's rank 5, you're going to get a 10% buff. That's 10% more damage. That also coincides with set bonus 4, which is 10% damage. That's 20%. And if they take you down, you get that another 10%. So it's 30% extra damage, which is insane. Banshee, Rogue Hunter build, definitely. So how have I got it set up? How have I got it built? Okay, so my chest piece is stamina, which is health as the major and exotic damage resilience as the extra major, and we're looking at ammo capacity as the minor. And the mods I'm using 2 stamina critical hit chance mods. God roll. Onto the mask, it is firearms with critical hit chance, blind death resistance, and the mod is stamina health. Onto the knee pads, it is firearms with health, damage to elites, blind death resistance, bleed resistance, and the 2 mods, stamina health and a first aid self heal mod. Onto the holster, it is critical hit chance as the major and a first aid self heal mod as the performance mod. Onto the gloves, it is rolled into firearms, crit hit damage, SMG damage, critical hit chance. And the backpack is firearms with critical hit damage, ammo capacity. And the mods I'm using, stamina health and 2 first aid self heal mods. Okay, then we'll move on to the weapons. My house, it has a base damage of 22.3k. Talents, Unforgiving. Must use Unforgiving. It is top tier. As you've seen in the clip, Unforgiving, how it procs, it gives me an extra 25% damage. Insane. It's absolutely insane. This will get you 35,000 crits on a player quite easily, given again your damage against rogue players. If you're taking down, if Banshee bonus is activated and you've got Unforgiving in a one-on-one, you're gonna have that edge, especially against a nomad. You're gonna have that edge, definitely have that edge. So Unforgiving, top tier. I'd use this above any other talent. Unforgiving, top result. Deadly. Okay, increasing that crit damage, which increases my overall DPS, which is nice. Card counter, and the weapon attachments: crit chance, rate of fire, crit damage, headshot damage, crit chance. Okay, my secondary, this is my utility weapon. I use this against NPCs only, and again I use this to recover health and recover my skills, so I get my recovery link back as soon as possible. So if I'm in a gunfight, I utilise my recovery link. It takes me 6-7 NPCs to get this back down so I'm back on it again. And it's as simple as that. That's why I don't need any skill haste on the build. I have this lovely tactical ACR, which you'll see right now. Predatory gives me that health. Sustained gives me that, again, that little bit of health kick is on by 6%. And Determined, the bread and butter of the weapon. Again, killing a target reduces your skill cooldowns by 7.5%. This is primary to my secondary weapon. Utility weapon, this gets me back everything I need in a short space of time. So if you're gonna run a utility weapon, Determined is the talent you need to roll with. And on this, I've opted for primarily stability, critic chance, critic damage. And if we look at the character sheet, okay, as I said before, it's 7-6 firearms, 5-4 stamina, 2-9 electronics, weapons, critic chance 48%, which is exactly what I need. I don't need any more than any less. It's 48%. And why do I need that? And again, as I say, in all my builds, I'm using precision as a talent. Precision gives me 12.5% critical hit chance per headshot for 10 seconds. Okay, so that will get me 60% critical hit chance. It also gives me a 25% critical hit damage. So my critical hit damage will go from 121% to 146%. I don't need a pulse. You don't need a pulse for SMG. Okay, just roll with precision. Get your critic chance to about 48%. Once you've done that for your mods, make sure you invest into health. That makes you a little bit more tankier and makes you harder to take down. Yeah, so don't invest critical chance 60%. In Vicious, no point. Use precision. Damage delete 16%. Health and kill none. I mean, damage none whatsoever. Skill haste none. As I said, it's not what the build's about. The build is about that damage, the instant damage. That's what we need. Okay. Let's look at the abilities. The abilities I'm using, I've got a lovely booster shot. Again, that is just for a little bit of extra healing. And again, I've adopted 4 first aid self-heal mods for 6%. So that gives me an extra 24%, which is quite nice, quite handy. It's not a big boost at all by any means, but again, it gives me that little bit of extra in a gunfight, in a battle. So yeah, and again, not to mention the DPS you will output by having booster shots, so definitely equip that. And a support station immunizer, which is also quite nice. Talents. These are the talents I would roll with for this build, and I think they work hand in hand. Adrenaline, again, medkit now gives 7 seconds of immunity from status effects, very nice. Critical save, again, to make it a little bit more tanky, especially when you're close to dying in that gunfight. You pop your medkit and you get that damage resistance for 10 seconds, which is also really handy. So make sure you've got critical save tacked on. Precision, as mentioned before, this is a top talent, so make sure you've got this equipped on any SMG build. And finally, on the move, again, for that damage resistance, which is always nice. Check it out, guys. Here is my 6-piece Banshee classified Rogue Hunter build. I absolutely love it. I've used this DZ and it absolutely melts. You've seen the footage, you've seen what it's capable of. There's a bit of tweaking I can do with the build just to max out the armor, but in all fairness, this is where I want to be at. I'd recommend this to any solo player who wants to go in the DZ. I will say, using these stats, you have to be quick. You can't sit and rest on your laurels because of your toughness isn't as high as what others are, but you are dealing a hell of a lot of damage. You know, 7.5 firearms is a good place to be, a strong place, and it will give you an insane amount of damage. Also, think of the damage buffs from Banshee. Then you've got Unforgiving on your house. You're going to wreck. It's as simple as that. So just make sure you're in a good place and your movement speed is always strong. Okay, guys, if you enjoyed the video, then please drop a like. If you want to see more Division content in the future, then please smash the subscribe button. I highly appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys soon in the DZ. Take it easy, folks.